Only the Arahants experience Āsavakkhayañāṇa. The knowledge of the extinction of mental intoxication, Āsavakkhayañāṇa, only occurs to those who will attain enlightenment at the fruit of enlightenment, Arahantapala, level. It absolutely will not occur to noble individuals, Aryabukkala, of other levels, because they still possess mental intoxications, Asava. The non-returners, Anagami, still possess mental intoxications of a refined nature. When they die, they will be reborn in the pure abodes, Suttavasa, of the Brahma realm. That is where they shed their refined mental intoxications. Then they enter enlightenment, Nibbana, otherwise known as Pramanibbana. If a practitioner cultivates meditation, Samadhi, in such a way that their mind, Citta, is tranquil in the 4 fine material absorptions, Rupacana, and 4 immaterial absorptions, Arupacana, collectively referred to as the 8 attainments, Atta Samapati. If they die in that absorption, Chana, they will remain in an ordinary Brahma realm. They will be unable to continue on to enlightenment. When the power of their absorption diminishes, they will return to the human world to be reborn once again. The defilements, kilesa, and desires, tanha, they already possess, will arise within their minds again. They will possess greed, lopa, possess anger, tosa, possess ignorance, moha, possess lust, raka, and possess desire for sensual pleasures, kamakuna, namely form, sound, scent, taste, and touch, just like any ordinary person. They will be pleased and content to have a family and offspring, just as is normal. Thus, you should properly discern the expected outcome of your current mental cultivation, pavana, and practice, patipati. Are you headed for a rest in one of the Brahma realms, or practicing mental cultivation for the attainment of the path and fruit of enlightenment, Makkapala Nibbana? You have to orient your practice in the right way. If you desire to head toward the path and fruit of enlightenment, but your practice methods, ubaya, resemble those of the hermits, tapasa, and ascetics, isi, you will immediately be headed the wrong way. I would like for you to observe in a rational manner why Bhikkhu Siddhartha had made a determination, panithana, while sitting under the sea Mahabodhi tree. If I do not become enlightened as a Buddha in this place, I will continue to sit here until my blood, flesh, skin, sinews, and bones decay. If I do not become enlightened as a Buddha, I absolutely will not leave this seat. Observe why the Buddha had made his determination in that spot and not elsewhere. The Buddha had sat in many places, so why hadn't he set a determination like he did at this spot? The answer is that at that moment, Āsavakkhayañāṇa had already arisen in him. Even if he didn't make the determination in this way, in the pre-dawn hours of that night, he would become enlightened as the Buddha anyway. The Buddha's enlightenment didn't happen because of his determination in any way. The determination was merely a reiteration of the victory. He had already experienced Āsavakkhayañāṇa, so he knew that all mental intoxications would be extinguished at that time. Let us look back and see what led to the emergence of Āsavakkhayañāṇa. When the Buddha floated the golden tray, how did he apply it as a Dhamma metaphor in his practice? What was the process? He proclaimed that he had discovered the path to enlightenment by himself. How did he discover it? Let us study this properly. The Buddha's enlightenment was not due to the determination he made on that day. That was merely a symptom. You should do some studies of the histories of those who attained enlightenment and became Arahants during the Buddha's time. Is the attainment of enlightenment as an Arahant the same as the enlightenment of the Buddha? The answer is that they are the same. The term enlightened is particular to the Buddha. The term attain enlightenment is used with the disciples, Savaka. To use enlightened is inappropriate. It is like how the term eat is used with commoners, but partake is used with the king. The result of partaking in food and eating food is the same, being full. Is the Āsavakkhayañāṇa of the Buddha and the Āsavakkhayañāṇa of Arahants the same or not? The answer is that they are the same. They are alike in knowing that mental intoxication will be extinguished. The purity, parisuddhi, of Dhamma for the Buddha, or a Pañceka Buddha, and the purity of Dhamma for an Arahant are equal. That's why it is called Nibbana. The mental intoxications have similarly been completely extinguished, and there is similarly no more returning to be born and to die within the three realms of existence. Thus, you should study the Dhamma so that you understand it. When Āsavakkhayañāṇa occurs in those who are about to attain enlightenment and become Arahants, will there be a determination, adhitthana, made or not? The answer is that it isn't proper to make a determination like the Buddha. Even if you do not make a determination from the feeling of Āsavakkhayañāṇa, you still know that mental intoxications will be extinguished just like they were for the Buddha anyway. That is why it is improper to make a determination in order to be like the Buddha. If someone were to ask, in this day and age, if someone were to attain enlightenment and become an Arahant, would it be the same as during the Buddha's time? The answer would be that it is the same. Those who attained enlightenment as Arahants during the Buddha's time, and those who attain enlightenment as Arahants in contemporary times, are the same in every aspect. They are equal in the purity of Dhamma, parisuddhi Dhamma. They are the same in completely extinguishing defilements, desires, and mental intoxications. Therefore, they reach the same place, nibbana. However it was during the Buddha's time, that is how it must be in contemporary times. However, those who attained enlightenment and became non-returners, anagami, once-returners, sakadagami, or stream winners, sotapanna, during the Buddha's time were, that is how it must be when people attain enlightenment in contemporary times. The noble individuals' virtue at each stage and each level are entirely equal.